Zeboyd, come play with us.
Hello, everyone. Last week, I don't know if anything went right. Okay, so gameplay ideas is, just ideas about how the different systems in your game will work to provide interesting and entertaining gameplay. So it's not talking about story or setting, it's just purely mechanics. So with my games, like Cosmic Star Heroine, which was the basis for the gameplay and some of the later games as well, I was looking at turn-based RPGs, but also action RPGs and games that aren't RPGs at all. It's important to have a problem or a solution that you're trying to reach, that you're not just adding ideas because you think they're interesting, but that you're trying to add something to the game. I think it depends a lot on the person. Like with the games I play, I like games that have good story, but I love deep and intricate battle systems, character growth systems, things like that. So I naturally uh, enjoy trying to come up with interesting gameplay ideas. Whereas for me, trying to come up with the story ideas is much more difficult. Okay, so with the new game, I wanted to try out gameplay system that focused on having large quantities of enemies at once. And with that, I realized that I couldn't have it run the same as a traditional RPG because if you had tons of enemies to fight constantly, then it would really drag down the pacing and it would just feel overwhelming and tiresome. It would just make it so there was too much combat. So I've been trying to focus on large quantity of enemies, not having to fight everything, making it so that it was beneficial to run away and try to avoid combat. For me personally, I tend to just think about it, think about it over and over in my head and go come up with scenarios in my head of how would this system work in this situation? Is there problems that I'm not seeing that could cause issues if in certain situations? What am I going to have to change with how I design the game to make it work with this gameplay system? Well, first off, I want to say that there's no problem with not coming up with original gameplay. It is perfectly valid to have an existing genre that you like and just try to do a good job of that. Now, if you're trying to make something that's new and unique, then first of all, don't make things new and unique just to make them new and unique. Have a reason why you're implementing everything. Getting your game to a playable state, whether that's a literal video game or if you just make a model out of pieces of cardboard, and getting feedback is also incredibly valuable. The games I want to play are designed in a very meaningful way, in that the ideas aren't just let's throw everything in, but the ideas that they put into the game are very specific to the purposes of what they want the game to be. I also like games where they are very tightly balanced, which is to say that they're designed so that each ability has its strengths and weaknesses. Characters have strengths and weaknesses. They're not necessarily evenly balanced. There may be things that are stronger or worse than others, but the balance is a very crucial part of the game. Make your gameplay good. Be precise in which ideas you use. I mentioned this before to some, various people, but I love something that game developer said, where he said that he felt like you had a complexity budget when you were designing games, and that if you made one area of the game complex, you had to A, make sure that you got enough value for that complexity, and B, had to make sure that you didn't overwhelm the rest of the game with more complexity. Thank you everyone for tuning in and keep making and playing games.
Like and subscribe, it really helps us. Thanks for watching.